In this video, I'm going to show how to relieve lower back arthritis pain and stiffness in a very easy to follow step-by-step guide. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. When it comes to lower back arthritis, it can cause a laundry list of issues, including muscle tightness, joint stiffness, lack of mobility, and just overall pain. To help with this, I want to go over a very easy to follow 3-part step-by-step guide that is going to focus on lengthening and strengthening the main muscles that support our lower back. That way we can get both quick and long-lasting pain relief. While each part works differently, they are meant to work together and also in order. So to get the best results, use all 3 parts. With that being said, let's get started. So the first thing that we need to do is warm up tight muscles and stiff joints. Think of it as lubricating the lower back, so we're going to be able to move around a lot more freely throughout the day with less pain. Here's a really good exercise that you can do every single morning in bed or on a floor. Just lie flat on your back like this. We're going to start with our legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. Take your hands, put them right on your hips. Now imagine your tailbone. What you want to do is scoop it forward, curling it towards your belly button, towards your spine. As you do this, you're going to feel your hips and pelvis rock backward, and really try to focus on feeling a good stretch around your hips, around the glutes or buttocks that finally works into the lower back. Once you feel that, you're going to hold this comfortably for a couple seconds, release it, and now go in reverse. So here's our tailbone. This time around, what we're going to do is press it down, curling it towards the floor or the bed. You're going to feel your pelvis and hips rock forward, and it will stretch the muscles a little bit differently. Again, hold this for a second or two, release it, and then just as a fluid movement, we're going to go backward and forward like this 10 to 15 times, and with each repetition, let's try to build into it a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like there's still some tightness or stiffness left, you're more than welcome to throw in as many repetitions as you like until everything loosens up. But let's take this one to the next level and focus on some more muscles to get some more relief. I really like to target the glutes or the buttocks since they are a main instigator of both hip and lower back pain. So this is what we can do. Let's start with the side that always has a little bit more stiffness or tightness or pain. For me, it's usually my left side. So what I'm going to do is take my hands and cup around that side's knee and just slowly pull my knee towards my chest. What we want to feel is a really good stretch form around our thigh that works towards the glutes or the buttocks and then finally into the lower back. Once we feel it in the lower back, we're going to hold this and now swing our knee from side to side. So we're going to go towards the left and also towards the right. When you do this, really focus on moving through your hips and your lower back. And I like to go side to side about 5 times in both directions. And then from there, I relax, take a breather, and then repeat this a couple more times. When you do this though, you're probably going to find that one certain movement or position, for me it's going towards the right, it just stretches that area the most. It really targets stiffness and tightness. At that point, I like to keep building into that movement over and over again until everything loosens up or I'm not getting any more improvement. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to keep everything in balance. So after we have the muscles and joints warmed up, we're now going to focus on getting long-lasting arthritis pain relief by strengthening our lower back. Just a quick note before we start, these exercises are light enough that you can do them once a day, but if they are a little bit too challenging, try to do them 2 to 3 times a week. Just do what you feel comfortable with. This first one is called the Dead Bug Bridge Combo. It's going to help strengthen both the core and the lower back. And the great part is we can do this one in bed or on a floor. Just lie flat on your back like this and start with your legs roughly about hip width apart, knees bent at 90 degrees, straight up towards the ceiling. Take your hands, put them off to your side for support. So the first movement is slowly straightening one leg like this and lowering it towards the floor. The key with this exercise is let your leg and foot hover a little bit above the floor. Don't let it touch because you're going to feel a deep activation over your tummy right here over the core muscles. Hold this comfortably for about 3 to 5 seconds. You're going to release it it, and then repeat it on the other side. Just do this nice and slowly for about 5 to 10 repetitions on both sides. But afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or two. So let's take this one to the next level and really focus on strengthening our legs, butt, and our lower back by doing the bridge. So for this one, we're going to have our legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. We're going to start by bracing our core muscles. It's when somebody tries to poke you in your stomach, how you tense up, drawing your belly button towards your spine. Just mimic that and lightly hold it. It will help protect your back. I also like to focus on the glutes, so I squeeze my butt cheeks lightly to engage those muscles and hold it during this exercise. Let's take our hands, put them off to our side for support. So let's dig our heels downward into the bed or the floor and then slowly lift our hips upward towards the ceiling until our body is roughly in a straight line from our knees to our hips to our shoulders. If you're unable to get into this position because of weakness or pain, do the best you can. Hopefully over time you will gain strength and flexibility to get into this position, but you're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire. The core, your lower back, your butt, your legs. Hold this comfortably for about 3 to 5 seconds. You're going to relax, take a breather, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. But afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or two. So here's another really good strengthening exercise called the hip hiker. For this one, we're just going to need a stair or a step. For demonstrative purposes, I'm going to use a yoga block. So before we start, if you do have balance issues, make sure that you're going to have a wall or a railing close by that you can grab onto for support. So start off by placing one foot at the edge of a step while the other foot is completely off. During this exercise, we're going to keep our back and body nice and straight, and all movement is going to come through our hips and our lower back. So to make it a little bit easier, take the hand that is off that side and I'm going to place it right on my hip. Now slowly drive the hip that is off the stair upward towards the ceiling as much as you can. You should feel a deep activation of the muscles around the hip, working into the lower back towards the bottom of the ribs. Really focus on feeling it right here in the lower back. Once you do, hold this comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds, release it, and now go in reverse, lowering your foot towards the floor. But don't let it touch, let it hover, because you're going to now feel a really good stretch on the other side. That's why I really like this exercise. It's going to help lengthen and strengthen both sides at the same time. 3 to 5 second hold, you're going to release it, take a breather. Now try to do this as a nice fluid movement of going up and down about 5 to 10 times in both directions. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or two. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to keep everything in balance. In the last part, we're going to go over some really good stretches to help keep the lower back mobile and flexible. But with stretches, they're perfect to do after those strengthening exercises to keep the muscles loose and help avoid soreness. And with stretches, you can use them throughout the day anytime that you need quick tightness, pain, or stiffness relief. Here's a really easy one that we can do standing called the standing puppy. All you're going to need is a wall. So let's break this one down. We're going to start facing it and get pretty close to it. We're going to have our feet a little bit wider than our hips, and we're going to rock backward, placing all of our body weight towards our heels. We're then going to put our hands upward towards the ceiling. With this exercise, we're going to treat our hands like suction cups, so they're stuck to the wall. They're not going to slip like this. Instead, all movement is going to come through our knees and our legs. What you want to do is bend your knees and now sit or squat your butt down and away from the wall. The more that you squat down, the more that you're going to feel a deep stretch form pretty much throughout your whole back. Really focus on feeling it into the lower back. Once you do, hold this comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds. And during that time period, do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Just let out as much tension as you can. When you need to release it, just stand back up like this. But try to do this about 3 to 5 times, and with each repetition, build into it just a little bit more. To take this one to the next level and open up the back a little bit more to get some more relief, this is what we can do. Instead of keeping our back straight, tilt it a little bit towards one side. So I'm going a little bit towards my left, and now I'm going to squat down. What you're going to notice is it opens up the other side of the back a little bit more. So give that a try towards the left and also towards the right. If you notice any of those positions offer more relief, throw more repetitions in until everything is nice and loose, or you're not getting any more improvement. Here's a really good stretch that we can do seated called the twist and lean. We're going to start with very good upright posture. Just have your back as straight as possible. Cross your arms over in front of you, kind of like a genie position. With this one, I always like to focus on the side that has the most pain, stiffness, or tightness. Let's say it's our right side. Whatever side that is, you're going to slowly twist or turn away until you feel a really good stretch form over the lower back on that side. We're going to hold this and now tilt or lean away at the same time. So I'm lowering my elbows towards the floor. At this point, it's going to deepen that stretch, and you should feel it pretty much from your armpit across the ribs into the lower back towards the hips. Once you feel that, hold this comfortably for about 5 seconds, release it, and then repeat this over and over again for 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, you're going to switch sides and repeat to keep everything in balance. So let's take this one to the next level, throw some more muscles in there to get some more relief. What I like to do is add in a figure 4 movement to target the glutes, which is a huge instigator of lower back pain. So again, whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain, let's say it's your right side, take that side's ankle, place over your other side's knee. So when you look down, it should look like a figure 4. If this position is very difficult to get into, to make it a little bit easier, just straighten the other side's leg out, put your ankle over the other side's shin. That way you can grab your pant leg or in front of the shin right here to slide it into position. So what we're going to do next with this bent knee is press it down towards the floor, but don't use your hands. Instead, use your leg and hip strength. The more that you press down, the more that you're going to feel a deep activation across the buttocks and the glutes. So we're going to hold this and now add in our twist and lean motion. So if it's on my right side, I'm going to twist towards my left and then lean down like this. You're pretty much going to feel all the muscles from your ribs down into the lower back towards your hips start to fire. 5-second hold, repeat that about 5 to 10 times, and then switch to the other side and repeat to keep everything in balance. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.